Charlotte Brontë, writing under the pen name Crucible, published Jane Eyre in 1847. It was a novel that broke the mold, captivating readers with its passionate story and unconventional heroine. Jane Eyre quickly became a sensation, establishing Brontë as a literary force. The novel's exploration of themes like love, social class, and female autonomy remains strikingly relevant. Jane Eyre is more than just a love story. It's a powerful exploration of one woman's journey for self-discovery in a rigid Victorian society. Through Jane's experiences, Brontë tackles complex issues of class, gender, and morality. These themes continue to resonate with readers, making Jane Eyre a timeless classic. To truly understand the power of Jane Eyre, it's essential to know a little about its creator. Charlotte Brontë, born in 1816, lived a life marked by both tragedy and creative fervour. Growing up in Haworth, a Yorkshire village, Charlotte and her siblings, Emily and Anne, developed a passion for writing from a young age. They created intricate worlds and characters, finding solace and expression in their imaginations. Charlotte's life was touched by sorrow, losing her mother and two elder sisters at a young age. Despite these hardships, Charlotte persevered, channeling her experiences into her work. Jane Eyre reflects the realities of Charlotte's own life and the world she inhabited. The novel's unflinching portrayal of hardship, coupled with its celebration of individual spirit, struck a chord with readers. What is it about Jane Eyre that continues to fascinate readers almost 2 centuries after its publication? Jane Eyre, the titular character, is no damsel in distress. She's a strong, independent woman who defies societal expectations and fights for her right to love and happiness. Her journey of self-discovery, from an orphaned child to an independent woman, continues to inspire readers. Jane's relationship with Mr. Rochester, her brooding and enigmatic employer, is a whirlwind of emotions, secrets, and moral dilemmas. Beyond its central romance, Jane Eyre delves into the complexities of social class, gender roles, and religious hypocrisy in Victorian England. Jane Eyre plunges us into the bleak reality of Jane's childhood at Gateshead Hall. Orphaned and unwanted, Jane endures emotional neglect and cruelty at the hands of her wealthy aunt, Mrs. Reed, and her spoiled cousins. Confined to the oppressive atmosphere of Gateshead, Jane seeks solace in books and her own imagination. However, her spirit remains unbroken. Even in the face of adversity, Jane displays a fierce sense of justice and a longing for love and belonging. One of the most poignant scenes in this section is Jane's confrontation with her bullying cousin, John Reed. This encounter showcases Jane's defiance and her refusal to be subjugated. The cruelty Jane experiences at Gateshead has a lasting impact on her character. It shapes her understanding of social injustice and fuels her desire for independence. Despite the harsh treatment she endures, Jane never loses her empathy or her sense of self-worth. After her traumatic experiences at Gateshead, Jane is sent to Lowood Institution, a charity school for orphaned girls. Here, she faces a different kind of hardship: rigid discipline, harsh living conditions, and a pervasive sense of deprivation. Lowood tests Jane's resilience to its core. She witnesses the death of her dear friend, Helen Burns, from consumption, a devastating loss that leaves an enduring mark on her. However, Lowood also offers Jane opportunities for growth and self-discovery. She excels in her studies, finding solace in knowledge and intellectual pursuits. The years spent at Lowood shape Jane into a disciplined, self-reliant young woman. Leaving the confines of Lowood behind, Jane embarks on a new chapter in her life as a governess at Thornfield Hall. Here, she encounters the enigmatic and brooding Mr. Rochester, the master of Thornfield. Their relationship forms the emotional core of the novel. At first, Jane is both intrigued and intimidated by Mr. Rochester's gruff demeanor and unpredictable nature. However, as they spend more time together, a complex bond develops between them, transcending their social differences. Jane is drawn to Mr. Rochester's intelligence, wit, and the vulnerability he reveals beneath his gruff exterior. She finds herself falling deeply in love with him, despite their differences in age and social standing. Mr. Rochester, in turn, is captivated by Jane's spirit, intelligence, and her refusal to be treated as inferior. He recognizes her as an equal, challenging her intellectually and emotionally. Their interactions crackle with tension, a mixture of attraction, respect, and an unspoken awareness of the societal barriers that stand between them. As their relationship deepens, Jane experiences a newfound sense of belonging and emotional fulfillment. She allows herself to believe that true love can conquer all obstacles. Jane Eyre doesn't shy away from depicting the complexities of love. Jane's relationship with Mr. Rochester is a whirlwind of passion, but it's also riddled with moral dilemmas and societal constraints. Their connection goes beyond the superficial. They challenge each other intellectually, finding solace in shared wit and open conversations. Jane sees past Mr. Rochester's gruff exterior, recognizing a depth of emotion often concealed. But their love story isn't a fairy tale. It's a collision of passion and duty, of longing and societal expectations. Jane, despite her love for Mr. Rochester, possesses a strong moral compass. She's unwilling to compromise her values for passion, even when it means sacrificing her own happiness. This internal conflict reaches its peak when Jane discovers the truth about Mr. Rochester's previous marriage. The revelation of his existing wife, concealed within the depths of Thornfield, shatters Jane's world. She's forced to confront the reality that her love for Mr. Rochester exists alongside a moral transgression she can't ignore. In a world where women are often defined by their relationships, Jane's decision to walk away from Mr. Rochester is radical. She refuses to settle for a love that diminishes her sense of self. Her departure is agonizing but necessary for her self-respect. Jane's choice is a powerful reminder that true love requires respect and equality. Her journey towards self-discovery continues. Jane's departure from Thornfield marks the beginning of another challenging chapter in her life. Alone and penniless, she's cast back into the precarious position of a woman without means in Victorian society. Wandering the moors, she faces hunger, exhaustion, and despair. Yet, even in her darkest hour, Jane's spirit doesn't break. This section showcases Jane's incredible resilience, her ability to confront hardship with an inner strength that refuses to be extinguished. She endures physical deprivation and emotional turmoil, clinging to her innate sense of hope and her unwavering belief in her own worth. Just when her situation seems most dire, she stumbles upon Moor House and the river's siblings, finding refuge in their kindness and compassion. This encounter, while unexpected, offers Jane a lifeline, a chance to heal and rebuild her life. It underscores the novel's message of hope and the importance of human connection, even in the face of adversity. Jane's resilience isn't just about her physical survival, it's about her emotional fortitude. Jane's journey is about finding love and defining her identity in a society that limits her choices. She grapples with societal expectations of being submissive and self-effacing. Yet, Jane challenges these norms, fiercely independent and intelligent. St. John Rivers offers stability but lacks emotional connection. Jane's refusal signifies her awareness of her own needs. True fulfillment comes from embracing her individuality. Jane Eyre is not simply a story of romantic love. It's a testament to the power of forgiveness, both of oneself and others. Jane's journey of healing is intertwined with her capacity to forgive. She must confront the pain inflicted upon her by those who should have loved and protected her, as well as the pain she inflicted upon herself by suppressing her own needs and desires. Her return to Thornfield, now a shadow of its former self, marks a pivotal moment in her journey of forgiveness and self-acceptance. She finds Mr. Rochester a changed man, humbled by loss, and bearing the physical and emotional scars of the fire that ravaged Thornfield. Their reunion is not a fairy tale ending, but a testament to the enduring power of their connection, now tempered by time, reflection, and a deeper understanding of themselves and each other. Their love, once tested by secrets and societal barriers, has been refined through hardship and forgiveness. Jane Eyre isn't just a love story. It's a sharp critique of the societal norms that governed women's lives in Victorian England. Imagine a world where women were viewed as delicate flowers, expected to be submissive, obedient, and confined to the domestic sphere. This was the reality for many women during the Victorian era, and Charlotte Brontë, through Jane's experiences, boldly challenges these constraints. Jane's journey from a powerless orphan to an independent woman directly confronts the limitations placed upon women of her time. Through Jane's struggles and triumphs, Brontë exposes the suffocating nature of these societal norms and celebrates the strength and resilience of women who dare to defy them. In Jane Eyre, Brontë highlights the limited opportunities available to women seeking education and meaningful employment. For women like Jane, orphaned and without financial resources, options were severely restricted. Lowood Institution, the charity school Jane attends, while providing some education, is a harsh and unforgiving environment. The curriculum, focused on shaping proper young ladies, does little to foster intellectual curiosity or prepare women for anything beyond the roles of governess or wife. Even governess positions, as Jane discovers at Thornfield, came with their own set of challenges. Governesses occupied a precarious social position, often treated as little more than servants despite their education and responsibilities. Jane's yearning for knowledge and intellectual stimulation is palpable throughout the novel. Through Jane's experiences, Brontë critiques the societal structures that denied women access to quality education and limited their career prospects. Love and marriage, cornerstones of Victorian society, are presented in Jane Eyre with a nuanced complexity. While marriage was often seen as the ultimate goal for women, Brontë challenges this notion by depicting the potential pitfalls of loveless unions and unequal partnerships. Jane's refusal to marry Mr. Rochester, while he remains legally bound to his first wife, despite her love for him, demonstrates her unwavering moral compass. Similarly, her rejection of St. John Rivers' proposal, despite his social standing and the stability he offers, highlights her belief in love as a union of equals. Through Jane's choices, Brontë explores the tensions between societal expectations and personal desires, particularly for women. Jane's journey reminds us that true happiness lies in pursuing love on one's own terms, even if it means defying societal norms. Her unwavering commitment to her own values and her pursuit of a love based on mutual respect and equality remain powerfully relevant even today. Jane's story is a timeless exploration of personal freedom and integrity. Section 4. Class Divides. Navigating Social Hierarchy in Jane Eyre. The rigid class structure of Victorian England is woven into the very fabric of Jane Eyre. From the oppressive atmosphere of Gateshead Hall where Jane is constantly reminded of her lower social standing, to the grand estate of Thornfield, where she navigates the complexities of being a governess in a wealthy household. Brontë exposes the stark realities of social inequality. Jane's relationship with Mr. Rochester, a man of significantly higher social standing, directly challenges these class boundaries. Their love, transcending social conventions, exposes the hypocrisy and artificiality of a system that values birthright over merit and character. Brontë skillfully uses Jane's perspective to critique the often arbitrary nature of class distinctions. Jane's intelligence, compassion, and unwavering sense of self-worth stand in stark contrast to the shallowness and entitlement displayed by some members of the upper class. Through their interactions, Brontë challenges readers to question the legitimacy of a system that perpetuates such inequalities. Jane's journey reminds us that true worth resides not in one's social standing, but in one's character and actions. Section 5. Religious Hypocrisy, a subversive critique of Victorian morality. Religion enforced moral codes and social control. Jane Eyre critiques the hypocrisy beneath religious piety. Mr. Brocklehurst embodies this hypocrisy. He preaches humility but lives in luxury. His treatment of orphans exposes the gap between rhetoric and reality. St. John Rivers' rigidity stifles Jane's spirit. His missionary ambitions deny Jane's agency. Brontë challenges readers to question rigid moral codes. True virtue lies in compassion, empathy, and justice. Jane Eyre, published in 1847, emerged during a period of significant literary output in England. Charlotte Brontë, writing under the pen name Currer Bell, joined a chorus of voices that were reshaping the literary landscape. Among these voices were her own sisters, Emily Brontë, author of Wuthering Heights, and Anne Brontë, who penned The Tenant of Wildfell Hall. These three sisters, each with their own unique style and perspective, left an indelible mark on English literature. Then there was Jane Austen, whose works, though published earlier, continued to captivate readers. Austen's Pride and Prejudice, with its witty social commentary and exploration of love and marriage, offered an interesting counterpoint to the more Gothic sensibilities of Jane Eyre. Comparing and contrasting Jane Eyre with these contemporary novels allows us to appreciate the unique contribution of Bronté's work, while also recognizing the shared themes and concerns that preoccupied writers of that era. These literary giants, though exploring different facets of love, societal expectations, and individual struggles, collectively enriched the literary landscape, paving the way for generations of writers to come. Their works remain relevant today, sparking discussions about love, class, gender, and the pursuit of happiness in a world often constrained by societal norms. Pride and Prejudice, with its focus on the complexities of courtship and marriage within societal expectations, contrasts with the passionate and unconventional love story in Jane Eyre. Elizabeth Bennet navigates social expectations, while Jane Eyre's love with Mr. Rochester defies class boundaries and societal norms. Both novels highlight the complexities of love and marriage in a society prioritizing social standing over genuine affection. Mr. Rochester, the enigmatic and brooding master of Thornfield Hall, shares traits with another iconic literary figure of the era, Heathcliff, from Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights. Both characters embody elements of the Byronic hero, a figure characterized by their passionate nature, their disdain for social conventions, and their capacity for both great love and destructive behavior. Rochester, with his dark past, his gruff exterior, and his passionate love for Jane, possesses a magnetic allure that draws Jane in, while simultaneously challenging her perceptions of right and wrong. Heathcliff, consumed by his love for Catherine Earnshaw, embodies the Byronic hero in its most extreme form. His love, bordering on obsession, leads to a path of revenge and destruction that impacts everyone around him. Both characters, products of their time and the societal constraints placed upon them, grapple with their own inner demons. Their passionate natures, often misconstrued as cruelty or indifference, stem from a deep-seated pain and a longing for connection that transcends societal expectations. While Rochester ultimately finds redemption through his love for Jane, Heathcliff's tragic fate serves as a cautionary tale, highlighting the destructive potential of love untempered by reason and compassion. Section 4. Female Agency and Empowerment. Jane Eyre and Elizabeth Bennet. Jane Eyre and Elizabeth Bennet, though inhabiting different worlds and facing different challenges, are both testaments to female agency and the pursuit of personal fulfillment in a society that often sought to limit women's choices. Jane Eyre, orphaned and facing a life of limited prospects, refuses to be defined by her circumstances. She yearns for more than the subservient roles offered to women of her time. Her pursuit of education, her determination to forge her own path, and her refusal to compromise her morals for the sake of societal expectations make her a literary icon of female empowerment. Elizabeth Bennet, equally spirited and independent, challenges societal expectations within the framework of her own world. She values intelligence, wit, and genuine affection above social standing or economic security. Her refusal to be pressured into a loveless marriage and her unwavering support for her sisters demonstrate her commitment to forging her own destiny. Both characters, though navigating different social circles and facing different obstacles, embody the spirit of female resilience and the pursuit of love and happiness on their own terms. Section 5. Gothic Undercurrents. Exploring the darker side of love. Jane Eyre, with its atmospheric setting, its exploration of hidden secrets, and its passionate depiction of love and loss, embraces elements of the Gothic genre popularized by authors like Horace Walpole and Anne Radcliffe. The Gothic genre, known for its exploration of the macabre, the supernatural, and the darker aspects of human nature, provided a framework for writers to address societal anxieties and explore themes often considered taboo. Thornfield Hall, with its imposing presence, its labyrinthine corridors, and its air of mystery, embodies the classic Gothic setting. The presence of Bertha Mason, Mr. Rochester's concealed wife, confined to the attic and representing the darker side of Rochester's past, adds a layer of psychological suspense and horror to the narrative. Bronte's use of Gothic elements isn't merely for atmospheric effect. It serves to heighten the emotional intensity of the story and to explore the complexities of human relationships, particularly within the confines of a rigid and often hypocritical society. The Gothic undercurrents in Jane Eyre allow Brontë to delve into the darker aspects of love, loss, and the consequences of societal constraints on individual desires and freedoms. The enduring legacy of Jane Eyre. Jane Eyre stands as a testament to Charlotte Bronté's extraordinary talent. Published in 1847 under the pseudonym Currer Bell, the novel defied societal expectations and literary conventions. Captivating readers with its passionate love story, its exploration of social injustices, and its unforgettable heroine. Jane Eyre, with her unwavering spirit, became an inspiration for generations of readers. The novel's enduring legacy lies in its captivating love story and its exploration of themes that resonate today. Jane Eyre is a story that stays with you long after you've turned the final page. Its enduring popularity is a testament to its timeless themes and unforgettable characters. Jane Eyre and its relevance today. Jane Eyre remains a beacon of hope in a world grappling with complex social issues. Jane's journey from hardship to a life defined by love and resilience resonates across generations. Her story reminds us of the human spirit's incredible capacity for growth and healing. Jane's belief in her own worth speaks to the power of individual agency. Jane Eyre offers a refreshing perspective on love and relationships. Jane's love for Mr. Rochester is tested by secrets and societal expectations. Their love deepens through challenges, evolving into a bond built on mutual respect. Jane's story is a testament to hope, resilience, and the pursuit of a love that honors our worth.